What's the word of your gang? It's your boy, your Wavy 6 with another episode. You know what I'm saying? I'm off today. The reason why I'm making this video, one of my subscribers, he got on my live and he asked me, you know what I'm saying, how can I get waves? Why do I need to get waves? So this video exactly is how to get waves. You know what I'm saying? If you want to become a waver, you already got the more important things, which is your hair and the products that I'm going to mention for you guys to start a process of being a waver. So the first thing you need, honestly, is time. Besides time, you need this. You need a brush, okay? You don't have to get this type of brushes right now. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not on budget, you know what I'm saying, you could cop these on Amazon. You could cop these on Amazon and other pages they got out there. I just want to provide this information for people that want to become a waver. And all you need is time and brushing, okay? So what comes with the waves game is brushes, do-rag. Make sure you get a silky do-rag, okay? This is another do-rag that you could cop it at I think it's Amazon. You could get a make sure when you get a do-rag, make sure you get a silky. Don't get a polyester, don't get a poly. Make sure you get silky. Read the label, make sure it says silk, okay? Don't get a poly. Why poly is no good? Because the material is weak and you can see your waves through it. It's not gonna be able to hold your pattern down, your hair, you know what I'm saying? So make sure you get a silky and make sure that the flaps, people call it flaps, some people call it M's, some people call it tail. I call it the flaps. Make sure you get a long pause. Make sure you get an extra large. That way you have, you know what I'm saying, space enough so you could go around one time in your head, okay? Do-rag on top of that. I already mentioned the do-rag, your time, and a brush. After that, you can get a mirror. Get one of these, mirror. You know what I'm saying? It don't gotta be this big like this, but you could get something similar as long as you can see your waves. Okay, you can get a pomade. You can get pomades anywhere. Maury's is the pomades that you could get. I'm gonna put it in the screen so you guys can see it. I don't got it here, I got it in my cabinet. And after that, you can get moisturized. Okay, this is the products that you need along being a waver. That comes with the journey, okay? That's the main steps. Brush, mirror, do-rag, and your time, okay? Because you need a mirror in your house and you need a mirror in the bag so you could see what the hell are you doing. You understand me? One of the other tips is that you could locate your crown. Your crown is a bald spot that you have behind your head. That's the main crown where your hair comes from. That's where your hair grows from. You're gonna need to locate your crown. People have different crowns. For example, me, my crown is off center. It's not in the middle, it's not below, it's not on top. It's in the off center. I'm talking about to my right side. Okay, and my crown, it goes clockwise. Clockwise is when your crown goes with the time. Unclockwise is when your crown goes the opposite. Okay, so pay attention to that because you want to evolve around your crown. You want to go with your crown. If you go against your crown, it's going to take longer for you to get your crown used to it. So some other peoples, they go against the crown. Some people go with the crown, which is easier. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying, force your crown. You don't want to take it longer. You just want to get your pattern flowing like most of us do. If you got a beehive crown, when I say beehive crown, it's an open crown. I don't know if you guys know 360 Jewels. There's a couple of wavers out there, probably blasted. They got open crown, which is easy to get a beehive. Mine's is closed. It's a swirl. So for me, for me to get a beehive, I gotta struggle a little because I gotta open it. But if you already got a beehive crown, it's easy for you to get It's easy for you to get a swirl crown. It's easy for you to get open crown because your crown is already open. That's the winning point of having a beehive that I learned from. Okay, another thing is choose your pattern. You want to choose what type of pattern you have. You know what I'm saying? They got 360, they have 180, which is just the top, and a high fade. You know what I'm saying? They got 540, they got 720s, then they got hybrids, which is 540 hybrid, 360 hybrid, 720 hybrid, you know, so and so on. But you got to be wisely. The reason why, because as soon as you start doing your ripple stage, remember your waves is not connecting. The more you brush, the better your waves gets, because you're stretching it. Remember, waves is curves laying down, so the more you brush, the more your hairs get wavy. You know what I'm saying? And we have 3 type of texture in the wave game. We got coarse wavers, we got medium wavers, which is me, I'm in between, and they got straight hair wavers. You know what I'm saying? Like Mexican type hair, Indian hair, you know, flat straight hair. And then we got the medium, which is me, curly hair. You know what I'm saying? And they got coarse hair wavers, which is the one, that's the one they get kinky hair, you know what I'm saying? The coily hair, they get tiny a lot of waves. So you can see they got the charge on the texture charge that you can see. On top of that, you just gotta focus. Make sure you don't overlap. I'm gonna show you my pattern while I'm talking. Okay, once again, this video is my beginners, people that want to become a waver. I'm giving you the knowledge and the tips and anything that you need to become a waver. Okay, if you pay attention to what I'm saying, you'll become a waver before time. Okay, this right here is a crown patch. Why I'm using this is to hold my baby hairs around my crown, which is the bald spot. This hold the hairs around down. Why? Because the do-rag, it don't have a lot of compression on top. That's the reason why wavers, they create this crown patch. Why? Because as soon as you put the do-rag on top, it's gonna push down a little bit, so it's gonna compress. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not the same having one do-rag than having 2 do-rags. You get what I'm saying? It's compression in your hair. So they created this just for the bald spot. Where's my bald spot? It's right there. The reason why you cannot see it, because there's a lot of hair around it. I gotta trim it down. But that's your bald spot. So you gotta go around. Never brush inside your bald spot. Brush around your bald spot. You know what I'm saying? It's like a swirl, and it gets bigger, and it gets bigger, and it gets bigger, and it gets bigger. And that's how it is. And how you connect them, connection requires time. Connections require knowledge, what you're doing, and studying your hair, and facing your mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And learning from your mistakes, which is, if you one day brush like this, and next day you brush like this, you see what I'm saying? This is 540 and this is 360. It's 2 different angles. So if you every day you brush like this, and next day you brush like this, you're gonna have your hair crashing, because your hair is not being trained properly. Your hair doesn't know where he wanna go, because you guiding him one day this way, another day this way. So you gotta stay focused. You gotta stay consistent. Okay, if you brush like this, go like this every day. Don't flick the wrist. Don't go with one day like this, then next day go like this, and then go like this. If you want to keep it like that, keep it like that, because that's how your hair is going to get trained. So as soon as your hair is trained like that, it's going to be hard for you to crash it. The only way that you could crash after that is if you start making the mistakes every day, brushing different ways. But if you train your hair every day like this on your ripple stage, and you gotta imagine your angles. You gotta imagine the pattern that you have, so you could be able to be elite before time. So you gotta imagine your hair like, okay, this is how I imagine my waist to be. This is how I want it. Okay, this is how I want it, like here. So if you imagine your ripple stage, how you want your waves, by the time you're in the 2 months, 3 months, depending on your hair. If you're a medium like me, in 2 or 3 months, you're gonna be already developed. If you're coarse, almost the same. The straight hair takes longer. For the straight hair, why? Because the straight hair gotta let the hair grow more. They gotta have more length of hair, so you could be able to get waves, because their hairs is so straight that they get bigger waves. The median, we get, you can see my waves, we get in between waves. And coarse hairs, they get a lot of tiny waves. So it's different hairs. So check your hair too. If you don't know how to check your hair, look at you could Google it, like hair texture, and they tell you, they show you a diagram, they show you a picture. I probably put it in this video on the screen while I'm talking. So I'm just creating the video right now, so maybe later on when I edit it, I'll be able to, put the chart on the screen so you guys can see it, okay? On top of that, let me see. Make sure you don't overlap your angles. Overlapping is like if you brush in here, right? And then you don't stop here and you just come and drag. You're dragging this one to the next one. That's overlapping. What you're doing, you're crashing, because you're putting one angle on top of the other one. So you dragging a pattern. You're dragging your angles. You don't want that. You want to do your angles by sections. We got 8 angles in all patterns. I'm talking sec 180. All patterns 720, 365, 40s. Okay? We got 8 angles, which is 4 angles on this side and 4 angles on the other side. So the main key being a waver is connecting the 8 angles. That's the main key. After you connect your 8 angles, you elite. It's nothing else. Ain't nobody can tell you nothing. As long as your crown is insulated, which is your crown is connected, and your outside angles is connected, ain't nobody can tell you nothing. So as you can see, my pattern, I got a 540, but I created a fork on top. Fork is when you got 2 waves crashing. Okay, I'm giving you everything that you need to become a waver. Okay, I'm not even brushing. I'm just giving you knowledge, and I'm giving you ideas, and I'm giving you tips and the information that you need to become a waver. It's up to you after this. I'm giving you the tools. If you know how to use it, you become waver full time. If you don't know how to use it, you could keep practicing, okay? Because practice made perfect. I wasn't a good waver before, and I had to learn. But the only way that you learn is by practicing, okay? If you keep practice every day, trust me, the only thing you could get is better, not worse. So fork is one wave. You see, this is one wave connecting with this, right? And fork is when you brushing this one on top of each other, overlapping, or you brushing it wrong. You see, like I told you, if you're brushing like this, and one day you become like this, and then you overlap at the same time, you're crashing waves on top of another one. So what you want to do, if you can continue brushing, overlapping, the wave's gonna become 2. So you're gonna crash one wave to another one, and the other one is gonna crash with yours. So they're gonna create 2 waves in one, and that's the reason you see they become a fork. You see, so you don't want that. You want to make sure that your waves is connecting with each other. That's why you gotta avoid overlapping, and that's why you gotta avoid your brush strokes. You know what I'm saying? Like you flicking your wrist. You cannot do this. You gotta keep it simple. If you're brushing like this, right? Don't come next day and brush like this. And like you see, it's different angles. You don't do that. So take it as a lesson. Listen, preach it, and practice it. Okay? Don't just yeah, OG, I got it. No, don't do that. Put it to practice. Okay? Pay attention. If you're a beginner, pay attention. Okay? OG said this, let me do this. And find your comfortable zone. Okay? What I mean comfortable zone, brush how you feel comfortable to sample. Look, I like brushing like this, right? Look at my brush. You see? I'm not shifting it. You see? I'm not going like this. I'm not going like that. I'm keeping it like that. That's what I want. I want my waves to go up. So the more you tilt your brush, your waves go down. So if I put it like this, it's gonna become a 360. You get it? So if I keep it like this, it's gonna go up as a 540. So the more you tilt the brush, the more your waves is gonna go around your head, like in a circle. So since I want my waves to go straight up, like that, you see how I'm keeping my brush, right? I want my waves to go up. Okay, so you got to choose your pattern. I choose 540. So it's up to you what pattern you want to work on. So when I say find your comfortable zone, I mean like this. You see, this is my comfortable zone. You see how I'm brushing right here? I'm lefty. Look, I'm using my right. Why? Because I feel comfortable. So sometimes it don't matter what hands you use. What matters is if it works for you. If it works for you using your lefty when you write, and you're going like this, like I'm going, you see, like this, and you know that it's working for you and it's giving you results and you see progress and everything is going your way, keep going, because that's how you like it. Don't worry about the other waves. Everybody got their own trick up their sleeve. If it works for you, do it. If you lefty, you work with your right, do it. I'm lefty, I'm doing it with my right. I know I'm supposed to use my left, but if it's working for me and I'm getting progress out of it, why not? You want progress, right? You don't want to be a clone. You don't want to be like the other waves. You want to have your own techniques. So if it works for you, fine, man. God be with you. Do it. It's working for me, right? Look, I'm in a sample. Look, it's working for me. I'm brushing. A lot of people say, oh, you gotta switch your hands. I used to say that at the beginning too. And I'm saying, you know what? Let me stop being an ignorant and just let me try to see if it works. And look, I'm lefty. Okay, once again, I'm lefty and it's working for me. So don't feel shy, don't feel scared, and try it. If it works for you, it works for you. Another thing is, when you're using this type of brush, this is a palm brush, okay? And this is a long handle brush, okay? This is a curve. They curve. The difference is one has the handle and one doesn't. That's why I call it palm. Duh. So, okay, it's the same thing. If you want to have a better grip, I learned this technique because your hairs get greasy and your hands sweat. You know what I'm saying? We as a human, we sweat a lot, and of course, I'm in the bathroom. If you want to have better grip, you could use gloves. Why? Because the gloves is not sweating, right? For angles like this, I'm not saying it's uncomfortable for me, but I sweat my hands a lot, and I don't want to create a fork. I want to keep my hands steady. You see how I'm keeping my hands without flicking it? You understand, right? So I want to be able to continue brushing the right way, right? So if you want to have a better grip, you see, look at my hands, it's getting slippery, and you want to avoid that, get some rubber gloves, like the regular latex gloves, and just put it in the hands that you use the most, like Michael Jackson, and just go in, you see, because the gloves is gonna grip up. It's not gonna get sweaty. Only inside your hands, of course, gonna sweat, but for your ankles, your hands gonna stay steady. Look, I'm losing grip already. So what I do when I'm losing grip, I stop, and you see, I reposition my hands and go again. So I'm gonna start using that technique for angles like this. I'm gonna use the gloves, and I'm just gonna go in. Okay, so this is my weak side, by the way. Might look strong to you, and I'm wolfing. This is 7 weeks. And let me tell you about wolfing too, because this video is specific for for my beginners. Want to give you the best information that I could. Okay, wolfing is when you let your hair grow to a limit. Sample me. I cut my hair too with the grain, and I never tried it against the grain. What the grain means, against the grain, is cutting against your hair. With the grain is going with your hair. So when you see somebody say, yo, I cut my hair too with the grain, you're going with your hair. When they say, yo, I cut it 2 or 1.5 against the grain, it's going against your hair. That's what it means. So when I cut my hair too with the guard, which is the guard 2 with the grain, I cut it too. So right now I'm wolfing for 7 weeks. I'm trying to push it up. I'm gonna push it at A, you know what I'm saying? I'll probably cut my hair next week. Today's Tuesday. I'll probably cut my hair on next Saturday. You could say I'm gonna be 9 weeks. So as you can see, I got a mini afro. If I use a comb, right? Look, I got like a mini afro. You see? That's what happened with the wavers. We walk around with a mini afro. If I want to have curly hair, I can have curly hair. See what I'm saying? If I want to have waves, that's the thing being a waver, man. You could choose. You could have a curly hair one day, or you could put a hat on, and next day you could have waves. You see how simple it is? One day you could have curly. One day you could have curly hair. One day you could have a little fro. One day you could have waves. It's easy to be a waver. You know what I'm saying? The only thing, hardest thing about being a waver is maintaining your waves and connecting your angles. And a lot of wavers, sometimes we get so comfortable and we forget about it, and we forget about our angles, and we create forks. Sample like 360 GC is one of the best wavers that I've seen so far, right? As off center, he has a 360, right? And sometimes he forgets too. You know, he got things to do. He go up, come back 2-3 months later. Sometimes you forget your angles, and boom, he create forks. But he knows that he created the fork, so he knows how to break the fork, because he know how he created it. That's the thing. We gotta be real to ourselves. You gotta know when you effed it up, and you gotta know how to fix it. If you live in denial and say like, oh, I don't know how that happened, you're not a waver. You're supposed to know, like, yo, listen, I effed up. I was brushing this way, and then I went this way when I was supposed to stay like this. You understand me? So be real with yourself. So yeah, after that, after you do a brush section, which is like this, I'm gonna show you a brush section real quick. Listen, like, subscribe, share with your friends if you want. OG-Wavy6, follow me in my IG, follow me on TikTok, same name, OG-Wavy6. You know, I'll be posting every day. I'll be doing shorts. I love this game. That's all I gotta say. I know I'm not the best waver, but I'm learning. That's what I have to say. I'm learning. Shout out to all the wavers out there. You know what I'm saying? Doing their thing. I don't hate nobody. I don't know what's hating. All I see, my brothers, is progress. You know what I'm saying? And doing their thing and moving forward. That's all I want. I want to see my brothers living life and helping their families, and, you know what I'm saying, enjoying their wealth. See, that's why you do. This is how I brush my 540, okay? So some people brush their 540 real slanted. I used to do that, but right now, since I got a fork, I already explained to you what's a fork. I'm breaking the fork, so right here I'm brushing 360. 360 is forward here, and forward here. Okay, 540 is slanted. here all the way like this. That's the real 540. You slant this whole thing all the way like that. So since I'm breaking the fork, it's right here. He's already breaking little by little. So maybe when I go to the shop, cut my hair too with the grain, it's gonna start, you know what I'm saying, breaking. But for now, that's what it is. So I'm gonna do the best in this video. I'm gonna put every information that I can on screen so you guys can see. While I talk, you guys can see. So it takes time, but I made sure I'll do the best I can. This is for my beginners, okay? This is for people who want to get waves and they need the information. OG Wavy 6 is gonna give you that information. So stay tuned. As soon as I finish the video, I'm gonna drop it. You know it takes time when you edit videos. I know I'm not the nicest editing video. I'm learning. You gotta give me time, you know what I'm saying? But all you need is time in life to get better. Right? So this is how I brush my 540. So be wisely, choose your pattern. Don't choose your pattern today and next week choose another pattern because you're not doing anything good. Make sure you make a final decision. That's what you want, that's the pattern you want to choose. Stay there. Okay, if you want to change your pattern, cut your hair to 1.5 and you can reset the clock like that. But don't change the patterns while your hair is already trained, your hair is already developed, and you got your pattern. Because you're gonna have a lot of forks and you're not gonna like it. So if you want to change the pattern, cut it. One with the grain, or 1.5, and just go in. Remember, you gotta imagine the pattern you want, so you could be able to have a better pattern. This pattern right here that I got, I was imagining, so use your imagination and believe that that's the pattern you want, and brush that way every day, and you're gonna get it. They said dream comes true, right? They said dreams come true, right? So make it true, because I did. And who helped me? God did. You already know, man. I don't want to make this video too long. It's already 27 minutes. Me kicking knowledge and giving you the best tips that I could give you. So I'm gonna keep brushing. Hope you guys paying attention to what I'm saying, and see you guys in the next video. It's your boy, your Wavy 6. You know, stay positive, peace and love. My brothers and sisters, I'm out of here. See you in the next one.